It was like the first week, I found myself subconsciously reaching for my phone, and I was like, so the first thing that I did was I was like, well, I'm going to turn the notification rings off so I wouldn't hear anything, but I wanted to keep the bubble on just to see how many people were communicating. I wouldn't see who it was, but you know how you have a little bubble that comes up and tells you how many messages you have? It got to like 76 messages on Facebook I saw. I was like, wow. And then that became kind of like the obsession, like, let me just see how many more at the end of the day. I thought, what am I doing? No, I'm turning off all notifications. So I turned off all notifications from LinkedIn, Facebook, all the social media platforms. So now there was no ringer and there was no notification that somebody was communicating.
Yes, sir.
I did a post that said, hey, I'm doing a 40-day fasting. I'll see you guys in 40 days, just to let people know. And so that helped. Okay, and that was something I had control over.
Yeah.
But it was still difficult. It was just like, you know, it was second nature just to pick up my phone and just, if I had downtime to do that. And I found myself doing that. I was like, no, 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 put it down. It was a process, you know. It's like when you withdraw from any kind of addiction or focus like that, when you're in it, you don't realize how much control it has over your life. Even though people are speaking that to you. Mm-hmm. Hey, Trace, you might want to not drink so much. You know, Trace, you're always high when I see you. What are you talking about, man? Stay in your own lane. You know, it was like I could dismiss it. Trace, you know, my wife, hon, it seems like you're on your phone a lot. Babe, but I'm doing it for the nonprofit. You know, it's not until you're out of that was I able to say, wow, this really had a lot of control on my life. And it was during that time, kind of in the middle, where I had that epiphany of what I was doing was seeking man's approval and affirmation and getting distracted with people who didn't agree with me or questioned me, or I was that whole horizontal focus. And during this fasting, the biggest thing that I took away was when I had this vertical relationship with God, everything else takes care of itself. I mean, during the fast, you know, it was like this realization of I was looking for affirmation and stroking and good jobs, pat on the backs from people, my peers in that, versus, you know, remembering what God says about me. And the fact that when I make mistakes, He still loves me.
Yeah.
You know.
Miss it?
Did I miss social media? Yeah. I mean, it was a constant thing where I was like, part of it was I wanted to check on my friends because I have relationships, and some people were sick, and it was like I was following them and telling them that I'm praying for them, and a lot of people, you know, I have like, I don't know, 4,800 friends on Facebook.
I mean, you didn't think of any other ways to communicate with them?
No, but I have like these 4,800 friends on Facebook, right? And out of that 4,800, I might have physically met maybe 500.
Yeah.
And out of that 500 people that I've hugged and spoken to face to face, maybe 200 of them do I see on a regular basis. And so some people that I don't see on a regular basis or that aren't local, they're in Philly or somewhere else, and they're going through something. That was what I used social media for too, was to stay connected to people that are going through some stuff. Yeah, and for me, a couple things that I stated are, to me, what I would say are safeguards, okay? I took commenting off of my posting. There's a phrase, it's none of my business what you think of me. I like that phrase. It's none of my business what you think of me. What I care more about is what God thinks of me. That's what I need to focus on. So some of the preventive things that I have control over is taking the comments off. Not commenting or liking anybody's posts. I'll read it for what it is. If I want to share anything, if I want to share encouragement, if I want to share concern, whatever, I can do that privately. because that's the way we used to do it before social media. You know, if I
Like
saw
over the phone.
over the phone or out in person, I would stop you and go, hey, you know, last time I saw you, you know, I know you were dealing with this. How are you dealing with it? Social media has been, it's not social media, it's anti-social media. And it's like this huge wave that I think us as a society have just accepted. Like, this is the way of life now. No, we don't have to accept it. I didn't accept it. And I knew there was a problem, and that's why I made the all or nothing decision. And for me, it was nothing, no social media at all. I'm cold turkey. And in that, I realized I don't want to hear your comment, and I don't want to comment on your post. And then also the postings that I do. Sometimes I would share your post. If I saw that you did a post and I really liked it, I would share that. I'm not doing that.